What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here, back with another action figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Kaiju number 8, Kikoru Shinomiya. I think I said that right. I'm not entirely sure, but it's close enough. Yes, we have another figure in the Kaiju number 8 line, and this is one I'm really excited to talk about. So let's go ahead and get started diving right into that sexy packaging. Now, I don't really care for the boxes for this line, but I do think this is probably the best looking one out of all of them. It does have this kind of almost like monotone-ish color to it, especially when it comes to everything that's faded out in gray. Now, each box does have a different theme color. Hers is obviously yellow, representing her hair. It does say SH Figuarts right there, her name right there. We got the figure where you can see and some of the accessories. At the bottom, Kaiju number 8, Tamashii Nation's Bandai, images along the side, nothing at the top, one at the bottom. Full body image right here on this side. Then, of course, on the back, you got some poses you can get the figure into, as well as some of the accessories and a bunch of stuff at the bottom I can't read because I imported this figure. Now, anyway, without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and bust this figure out of the packaging so we can see what it's all about. Now, when it comes to this line in particular, if you do have any of the scouts, and I call them scouts because I can't remember their name, I'm going to call them kaiju killers. If you have any of the kaiju killers other than kaiju number 8, you know what to expect. And as of right now, that only includes Rino and Mina. But if you have either of those, again, you know exactly what to expect from this figure. For the most part, it is the exact same. I believe it's just scaled down a bit because she is a shorter character. And for the heck of it, I'm going to show her standing next to Mina. As you guys can see, these figures look almost identical. Trying to tell if it's the exact same sculpt, just scaled down. That's what I would assume, but for the most part, it does look the exact same. I don't really see much different. She doesn't have the pouches on her. Let's see. Let me turn her around. Yeah, but it looks like you can plug them on based on what I'm seeing. So maybe she just came in the packaging without them. But again, it feels like the exact same figure, and all of them are going to feel that way just because it's the same exact uniform. There's not really much Tamashii Nations can do about that. But again, she is smaller, meaning that they at least tried to get the scale correct, which makes me happy. Now, anyway, let's go ahead and take a closer look at her so we can examine some of the details. Now, getting up close and personal, I will say that this is a very gorgeous looking figure, man. And I've said it a couple of times, the majority of the body is going to be the same. So there's no reason for me to really brag about that. So I'll kind of stick to the head sculpt, which I think looks outstanding, man. Tamashii Nations really killed it. Honestly, I feel like this is probably the best looking one in the line, especially of the kaiju killers. But I do have one issue with it, and it's the same issue I discussed in my unboxing. The hair is one solid color. And when you look at it and you look at the majority of the rest of this figure, which is all muted colors, you have this bright, vibrant yellow, and it just kind of ruins the tone of the figure. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but I do think that the hair could have benefited from a little bit of shading, at least along the, if not the bangs, at least the parts in her hair. I think they could have definitely benefited from a little bit, maybe even in the pigtails. It would have, I don't know, spiced the figure up a little bit more, because the whole uniform is completely muted. As you guys can see, you've got grays, this green, this almost faded type white, and then you have the head sculpt, which everything on it is extremely vibrant, from the hair, her skin tone, and then the very big glowing green eyes, which is completely accurate to the anime, so I'm not going to fault them from that or for that. But I'm just saying, I do think that some shading could have really kind of set this figure off just a tad bit more. But again, when it comes to the body, same exact thing I've covered multiple times. I don't see any reason to really go over it. The only difference is she has a slender frame, and it's a little bit more slender than the rest of the figures we've gotten, more specifically Mina, because she's the only female figure. But yeah, it looks good. I really do dig it. Anyway, let's put her back so we can see how tall she stands. When it comes to her height to the top of her head, she is just shy of 5.5 inches. I'd say about 5 1/4. So yeah, very, very good when it comes to her height, especially especially being that she is in a 6-inch line. Now, she's going to come off tiny, standing next to Kaiju number 8 and number 9. I can tell you guys that right now, but of course, we'll get to that once we discuss the size comparisons. When it comes to the articulation, the pigtails are articulated, and that is to be expected. I'm pretty sure they're on a ball peg and not a hinge. Actually, I'll pull that right off for you guys to see it. I can confirm now that they are on a ball peg. She looks up. Sadly, not much at all. I was really hoping she'd be able to look up because she definitely is going to lack articulation in one spot we're about to get to. She does look down though, so that's good. She does get really good tilt and turn. The head is probably on a double ball peg, and it is as it should be. I like how the peg is yellow. That's pretty interesting. It's not skin tone. I think that's the first time I've seen Tamashii do that. When it comes to the arms, this is definitely the best part because even though she has these shoulder joints, the arms can still go all the way out, meaning T-poses are not going to be a problem. You can still bring them in all the way, so those butterfly joints are very effective. That is great. She does have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that bend all the way in. Hands are on a, there it is. Actually, it's not a ball peg, but it is a ball peg. It's a peg. We're just going to say it like that, but it's not a ball. Anyway, hands do move around just fine. Back, forward, left, right. They are going to be hindered by the wrist a bit. Now, when it comes to the torso, this is where the articulation failures start to come into play. Damn, I thought they had more rocker than that. She rocks to the side just a bit, yo. Not much at all. She leans back a little bit, leans forward, basically not at all. Sadly, I hate to say that, almost not at all. At the waist, we get some going back. I think this is more than before, but of course you're getting that gap in there, so that doesn't really make it all that great. She doesn't really lean forward. She does rock side to side, so all of this is great. A little bit more mobility would have been good, but I think this is more than the rest of the figures we've gotten so far. So I'm not going to complain too much. Of course, she does swivel and turn and all that good stuff. Now, when it comes to the legs, great kicking. Great kicking. Can't complain about that. Legs do go out about that much. If you try to put it or push it any further, they're definitely going to come off. So yeah, be wary of that. She kicks all the way back, so that's also good. She does have a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, which is great. Foot goes down about that much, up about that much. She does get really good ankle rocker, and then she does have a toe hinge. So articulation wise, it's decent. It's not bad. They're never bad, but the torso just always stops them from being great. If these figures had good torso mobility, then these would probably be some of, well, Tamashii Nations has so many good lines, but this would be another of Tamashii Nations' absolutely outstanding action figure lines. And it's still good. It just could be better. And it's something I feel like they should know. So Tamashii Nations, come on, man, we got to do better on the torso with these figures. This current situation here, it don't work. Now, when it comes to accessories for this figure, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. They normally come with a decent amount, but as I say with every single one of these releases, except for Kaiju number 9, there's always room for better, for specific reasons. Now, straight out of the packaging, she does come with this neutral head sculpt and a pair of fist hands, which is fine. She does come with a pair of relaxed hands, and then she does also come with a pair of weapon holding hands. The left hand definitely has the finger spread a bit more, so that means it's meant to hold on to a specific part of her weapon, which I'll show in just a second. And when it comes to other face plates, she does come with a smiling face. She does come with a teeth gritted face, which I think is cool. Her eyes definitely look really sharp right there. Then she comes with this kind of yelling, almost nervous-ish expression as well. Then she comes with a pair of like windswept bangs, which this is cool. I dig this a lot. She comes with an extra faceplate for Kaiju number 8. It's kind of battle damage, but I don't know, man. It looks okay. I definitely think it could have used a bit more battle damage. It kind of looks like they repainted the head sculpt from the initial Kaiju number 8 release, and they just painted over the eye and made it look like Hibino Kafka's behind there. I don't know if they did or not, but that's how it looks. Anyway, she does come with these pouches, which peg onto the belt. Now, normally these come on the figure in the packaging. I don't know why they didn't do it. They threw these in almost like they're accessories, but they're not. And then she does come with a pistol in the holster. Now, this is another thing I have a problem with, because why does she not come with a detachable weapon? Like, why does she not come with a pistol? Like, all of these characters use pistols, so they should have definitely thrown in a pistol. So I don't know, it's so weird. And then she does also come with, I'm gonna move her to the side so I can show it off a little better. Actually, I'm just gonna move her out of the way entirely. She does also come with her axe, which looks really good. As you can see, you got 03 painted on there, axe 01112. And this is a very hollow plastic. Be careful with this. It does seem like it could break very, very easily. But it doesn't feel cheap or anything. It does feel fragile. So definitely be careful. But yeah, accessory wise, I don't know, like maybe a 7 out of 10, man. They really need to start throwing in some pistols, yo. Like, at this point, they're going to have to release a hand and weapons pack, because these guys use other weapons. Like, they got to come on with it. Like, Tamashii, do a little bit better. Go the extra mile with this line. Just a bit. Moving on to some size comparisons. Here she is standing next to all of the kaiju killers that we've gotten so far. We've got the SH Figuarts Kaiju number 8. We've got the SH Figuarts Rino Ichikawa. And then we also have her standing next to the SH Figuarts Mina Ashiro. Looking really great, man. I love that you can see there's differences in the height in all of these figures. And for the most part, I feel like they're accurate. So I do give them a major plus for that. Next up, here she is standing next to the SH Figuarts Kaiju number 9. As you can see, he is towering over her as he is supposed to. Now, add some height to that, because as you guys know, he does have the double Kung Lao head, so he is a tad bit taller. Then we've also got her standing next to the SH Figuarts Satoru freaking Goat Joe, because his birthday was yesterday, so I had to throw him in here. And then we also got her standing next to the SH Figuarts Demon Slayer or Kimetsu no Yaiba Tanjiro Kamado. And then lastly, here she is standing next to the Jada Toys Street Fighter Fei Long, a Marvel Legends Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man, and of course I had to throw in the GOAT himself, a Sonic 3 movie Shadow. And God, this movie's coming soon. You guys have no idea how excited I am for this. Now, when it comes to my final thoughts on this release, I'll be honest with you guys. It's definitely good, but it's not great. And it almost feels like this line is starting to lose its touch. Now, what I mean by that is, when I first started collecting this line, obviously I was excited because the anime was airing and I was hyped week by week as I was watching each and every individual episode. And so I was just really excited adding them to my collection. But now here we are, the anime's over, the manga is still hype, but it's not the same as watching it. And with each and every one of these releases, it just feels extremely stale. Now, what I mean by that is, obviously, these figures are going to share the same body. Now, Kaiju number 9 and Kaiju number 8 are exceptions, but when it comes to the Kaiju killers themselves, it just kind of feels like, okay, go the extra mile a little bit with this release. Now, I'm not saying that this line is doing bad. Honestly, I don't know how it's selling. I do know we have Hoshina confirmed to be next, but I don't think they announced anything after that, which, I mean, I think those are, we're going to have all the main characters after he releases later this month. But still, if they want to continue making money off of this line, I do feel like they need to step it up a bit, yo. When it comes to these characters, they use guns in the series to take out their opponents. Why are we getting guns that are holstered and can't be used? Like, this is giving 2010, 2015, all the way to 2015 Marvel Legends decisions. Like, what are we doing here? Like, come on now, Tamashii, do better. Then, no effect pieces. Like, I truly feel like effects would definitely help sell this line a bit more. Also, because, I mean, slashing effects, impact effects, gun firing effects, guns in general. Like, there's things that they can add to this line to spice it up a bit, especially with each and every one of these releases being between 60 to 75 bucks. They're coming with the expressions, I'll give them that, but these figures don't even come with that many hands either. And with them constantly reusing the same mold, I definitely think they can throw in some extra hands, some more optional parts, man. Like, they gotta come with the accessories. And I'm not saying this to say that this figure is bad. It's definitely not bad. But once everything starts to feel stale, it really kind of makes people step back in terms of collecting things. Now, who's to say that people might be like, I'm going to pass on her. She's not one of my favorite characters. I got the ones that I want. Versus had she come with some more accessories, people would have been like, oh, this is cool. Not only does she come with an extra faceplate for Kaiju number 8, but she comes with a pair of weapon-holding hands for Reno or Mina and a pair of dual pistols. Like, something like that would definitely help sell. And I know some people are completely against adding accessories to figures for other figures. I am not, yo. It's, at the end of the day, it's marketing. Tamashii Nations is a company that wants to make money, so why not maximize the opportunity to do so? Now, I didn't mean to turn this into a rant, but I did kind of want to get it out there. But overall, I do think it's a good figure. I do think it's worth picking up. I do think it's probably, in my opinion, the best looking out of all of them. I think she looks better than Mina. I think she looks better than Ino, in my personal opinion. And Ino is my favorite character. So, yeah, I do dig it. I do recommend picking it up. But Tamashii Nations really needs to spice this lineup before it gets too stale and people decide to start passing on these. But overall, I hope that you guys enjoyed my review. Again, sorry for turning it into a rant. But don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I literally said everything that I said for you guys that are collecting these. So, yeah, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon so you're notified whenever I upload new content. And last but not least, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep up with my activity outside of YouTube. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and bye.